You can't go around telling people you've never been to GABS before. That's uncool. What you want to say is that you think GABS is a stupid city that never really developed. You see, now that's your opinion and you are entitled to it. If they ask you, make sure to avoid answering any questions seeking to find out if you've actually ever been to GABS. Coming to GABS City for the first time might be exciting and overwhelming, so stick around for some tips on how to get around GABS City. Whether it's coming to the city, applying for university, going through university successfully, or looking for your first job and buying a car, this guide has you in mind, right from the time you leave secondary school to the time the city has worn you down so bad you just want to go back home to your mama at the village. Congratulations, you did well on your secondary school exams and are ready to hit the big city on your own. You are definitely going to have an amazing time in GABS City. Before you make your way into and around the city, here is a bit of info about GABS City. This is one of a series of videos that will help you get rid of that village swagger. By the time you're done watching, you will be speaking English out of your nose. Get ready to turn into a GABSy in no time. Part 1. Coming to GABS. People become too big-headed and confused when they come to the city. Independence from their parents intoxicates some that they engage in behaviors that are just an invitation to be taken behind the barn and get spanked. There are no goats and cattle and donkeys that you usually play with back at home. In GABS, there are flying cars and doors that move on their own and greet you with your name when you enter buildings. Okay, that may be a lie. There are donkeys everywhere, and goats, and cattle, and cars, lots of cars, that move on the ground by the way, and traffic lights, and tall buildings, and aliens, and people, so many people, usually all too consumed by their own problems to care about who you are or what your business in the city is. There are a few methods of getting to the city like by a plane, bus, private car, donkey cart, teleportation, or walking. Assuming you'll be arriving by a bus, the first place you'll see in GABS will be the city center. Don't be intimidated by the West. The GABS City Center is a place around the train station which nobody uses anymore because the city has no passenger train. This place has no business being the city center. It's basically just a public transportation hub and nobody is ever really in the city center because the big malls and entertainment centers are located on the far outskirts of the city. You don't believe me? Well, you don't have to. Oh look, you have hit Gaborone now. Welcome to GABS City. A city with amazing skyscrapers where everyone knows everybody else, just like your home village. Except here there is no uncle who used to touch you. GABS is basically government ministries, shopping malls, colleges and universities, consulates and embassies, and the rest is just neighborhoods that are faces or extensions of the city. Even though you probably told your parents that you'll be living in GABS, what nobody tells you is that you are likely to not live in the city. Chances are that you will stay in one of the villages surrounding the city like Tlokweng, Moritane or Gabane, which are made to look and feel like part of the city by installing traffic lights on people's gates. Different parts of the city are called blocks, extensions or faces because it would have been very confusing for new arrivals in the city if these places were given proper names. Public transport is so bad people in the city actually buy cars. There is no passenger train, there is no subway, there is no metro bus, there is no monorail. Taxi drivers have very confusing etiquette when dealing with passengers. Nightlife is virtually non-existent in the city. No, really, it's not as bad as it sounds. But that doesn't matter because that's not why you are here. You are here for university and to study.